Oh shit, my mic is on. What's up, everybody? Hopefully this audio's a bit louder. My mic's a bit louder. Hold on. Getting hot. So I'm gonna do another live stream using Waves real time. So we're going to go for the auto tune effect. Before I started my session, I gain staged all my clips for the most part. I already mixed this, so I was just I just imported the audio to a new session, stripped all the plugins off. So first thing what I like to do is on your beat, you know, shoot, that's why I hate. I'm a dual screen guy, so when I do this, I gotta go to a single, and my windows are all screwed up. But the thing is with the beat, you know, he has, let's look. You can see he's got his, you know, the peaks of these beat is lopped off some. And that just means he's done a bit of, you can see here, he's done a bit of, you know, he's put a brick wall limiter on it. See that? That's your brick wall. So, what a lot of people do, I did this too when I first started mixing, is, you know, you're playing the music. Like here, I'll play it with the vocals, and you can't hear the vocals that
so I'm getting to it bad. Tell the brand up the sad. Ain't nobody give me jag. I'll be down so damn bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. I don't touch it foreign jack. Show up with a foreign bag. It's funny how so many kind of
you see. So a lot of it just gets lost in the beat. And what engineers will do is they'll just, you know, not engineers, but, you know, maybe you're a rapper and you just got Pro Tools or whatever. You're just going here and cranking this, which is not the way to do it. If you do this, you're just going to have a lot of weird issues going on. I think I said it before in another video, a lot of these plugins are based off of analog gear, or a lot of plugins are just coded in a way where they're looking for signal at a certain level. And that level is between -18 to -6 dB. So we're on Pro Tools Classic. What I like to do is just go to what's called mellow yellow. You'll see, check out the vocals, and you'll see it's going green, and then it's going a bit more.
So I'm getting to it bad. Tell the brand up the sad. Ain't nobody give me jag.
So you see it was going dark green and then a bit of light green, you know, bit of mellow yellow. So what do I do? Because I don't want to touch these faders yet. I want to touch these faders when I have all my effects on. And then I want to balance stuff. But right now, I just want to get everything so I could at least hear what the vocals are doing. Sorry about that. So I'm just going to pull this down. So you start to hear the vocals pop out to a place where you want them to really sit at. And then we'll get in the mixing, because sorry about that. It's It's gonna save you a lot of headache in the future.
Into a bag, had to run up the sag. Ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Not no touching foreign jack. Show up with a foreign bag. Ay. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got
And like I said, you know, when you're new, you're gonna say, well, then when I bounce everything out, it's not as loud. That's where you do your mastering. So, you know, on our mastering, we're gonna bring all those levels up. So don't worry, you know, just get it mellow yellow, -18 dB to -6 dB. If you're on Pro Tools Classic, go mellow yellow. Sorry. Oh, okay. 1 second, let me pull up OBS. Okay. Since I need to get this sorted, because I don't want to keep popping over there. IO. What's minimal? Oh. Huh. It's a quicker way to do things. All right. So we got our beat. What I like to do is I'll just go through, like he does his hook first. So we're going to go through that and mute everything below, just not to throw us off. And so I need to find the key. So I'm going to use Key Finder. This is for a different. Count it out. Let me find. I found that if you do the 2-track, you know, sometimes you'll import your audio. G flat minor. You might say, damn, I don't have the 2-track B I imported in the Pro Tools, and then you got the 2 single monos. I find that throws off that pitch finder. So we're doing waves. Let me change this video name. Waves tune real time. So what I do is I crank these two, since we're going for the effect. G flat minor. Let's see what it sounds like.
It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag. Ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jack. Show up with a foreign bag. Ay. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jag, show up with a foreign bag. Hey, it's funny. So down bad.
I had that all muted, so let me just repeat that. On his track, originally, when we originally mixed it, we had it about here. He wanted it audible, but not like heavy. Just a bit of effect to it. And this is from Jay Mello. I've actually mixed this, and it's on the website on SidedoorMediaStudios.com. You go down to the audio tab and scroll down to the bottom, and you'll see samples. Just there it will be. So you could listen to the completed version, because this is going to sound somewhat different. And I only have a couple hours. Hopefully it goes quicker. All right, so now we're just going to get into the basics. There's a few forums I visit with kind of guys that are newest to the recording and mixing side. And so I want to try to explain this stuff a bit better, but also we might not have enough time in this video. So I'm just going to go through it. And then I think what I'll do is I'll make videos just focused in on, subtractive EQ, parallel compression, harmonics, all that. But right now I'm just going to kind of go through it real quick.
Yeah. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jag, show up with a foreign bag, eh? It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a red up a check, look at me, now was in, but I still stay. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jag, show up with a foreign bag, eh? It's funny how so many counted me. It's breezy, look at me, now was hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jag, show up with a foreign bag, eh? It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a red up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me now. Was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a.
So just a little subtractive EQ. I mean, if I was going to make this a super long video, I've done in others, I'd probably check for resonance frequencies and stuff like that, but we're just trying to get the basics, 250, 500, up here, there might be a bit more going on that you want to cut out, but this is kind of like your basic, be careful with your low cut. That's the last thing I'll do. I'll go for my boxy frequencies, and then I'll do the low cut, because I find that if I do the low cut first, I might try to bring up too far up the frequency spectrum, just because I am hearing a bit of mud. But you want some of that mid range in there. You don't want to cut at all, or else you're going to lose just the body of your vocals. So I'll do these two first, or however many I need, and then I'll come and do my low cut. Just know, don't be doing any subtractive EQing down here, because you're just going to cut that out. Don't waste the time. So after that, I will do my 1176, which in my case, I use T-Rax. I highly recommend T-Rax, guys. Like, if you get just like their major bundle, like, yeah, you're going to spend like $500 or whatever, but it covers like 95% of what you need. Like, I have Waves Gold, and I just found a lot of their stuff was lacking. There's stuff I use from them. H-Delay and stuff before I had T-Rax. But then you get T-Rax, and it's like, dude, it's awesome. They got SSL channel strips. They have, let's look real quick. IK Multimedia. They got, this is just double, because I upgrade to the new. They put out like the HD version. It's just new UI. It's called TR5. So this stuff is the same as this stuff. But you got limiters, clippers, bus compressors. You got like a SSL bus compressor, but this one is nice because you can do a side chain, so you can let some of that low end through. I think it goes up to 250 hertz or 200 hertz. Oh, my bad. It goes up to 600. So I put this on my master bus all the time. Let me just show you some other stuff I use a lot. I use this pre, especially like if you're in a home studio and you don't have like a really, your preamp might suck. It might not suck, but it just might not do anything to the signal. This is a Neve EQ and preamp, so don't use the EQ at all. You can if you want. Crank the input till you get a bit of warmness. Back off on the output, just to match. Make sure you're in mic, and you'll add some nice harmonics to your signal, which is awesome. They have this section in Waves everything bundle. There's just a little preamp, and then they have the Neve stuff in Waves. But it's like, I haven't done a lot of back and forth testing just because I don't have the Slate stuff right now anymore. But that's awesome. And the one I use the most is the Pultec. Where is that? Where'd you go? Am I going insane? Oh. Nope. I just clicked. But they got some of the IPA. No, not IPA. Was it? Shoot. You know what I'm talking about. The lunchbox stuff. But they got this Pultec, which is awesome. It's awesome on vocals. It's awesome on the mix bus. And I also have, if you do get the bundle, you only need T-Rax 4 Max bundle, but I have a free vocal chain on the website. I think it's in the description for this video right now. Just sign up for the newsletter, and you can download it, and it will turn any vocal, and it'll make it pop. So anyway, we're going to start with our compressor. I'm going fast attack, fast release, because I'm just trying to just get everything to sit better. So I'm just trying to crush those initial peaks a bit. You know, it just makes it sound a bit. After we do this, you're going to notice a huge difference because I'm going to bring up the levels too, not just the input. And 4:1 ratio, but with input, you're looking at, most of the time I do about 5 dB of gain reduction, but with anything in music, it's all specific to what you're actually working on. So even the attack and release, you know, what I've told people before is like, just use this as like, get good at mixing like this and understand how this works, and then move on. And now you'll know a bit more about compressor after you start to understand what this attack and release is doing, you know. And the 1176 is used a lot just because it adds a bit of harmonics, a bit of energy, so you'll notice it.
Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. On my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy.
And I think when I recorded this, I have an Avalon preamp channel strip, so I had a compressor and an EQ on it. So I believe, yeah, you can see where I kind of clipped it. So I compress on the way in, so I might not go with the 5 dB of gain reduction because I think I said it like 2:1, so I might just go like 3 dB.
On my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy.
Cool. So we're getting everything with rap vocals. You're just trying to put everything right in front of the listener's face. So after that, I go and do my additive EQ. So, and I'll do a few different things. Like like I said, I've been using that Pultec. Oop, did not want the stereo one. So I can get some of the highs out of here, you know. And but what we want is also some of the body. I usually use this baby. This is awesome. It's kind of pricey, but this is kind of, I'm trying to relate it to the Slate stuff because a lot of people use that. I like Slate, but I just want to buy their plugins. I know there are a lot that you can buy, but this is kind of like shit. What's the name of it? It's not based on anything. It's like one of their originals, but one's for kind of like the body and one's for like the top end. And so I don't know. You guys might not have this, so what we'll do, we'll just go for a waves because a lot of people have waves. And we'll go with this little boy. So I'm just going to do a high shelf. I mean, what else this is so out of what I usually use, because what I do, I'll be honest, what I do. And I'm gonna use it because you know why? Because it's super cheap on Waves website, and this is like, if you don't have anything, just get this plugin because it's gonna help you tremendously with everything it has. You know, you got a compressor, which is awesome. I say at 2-to-1. You press in the split button, and that will put this compressor after the EQ, which is what I try to do. Because I'm just kind of popping out some frequencies, a few dB, and just kind of leveling them out. And then I'll kind of put a little bit of a sheen on top with the Pultec. And then I will use the Slate Revival. But let me stop talking.
Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris.
So I'm not doing like a ton. Like I usually don't even do like 6 dB. I usually do around like 3. But I'm kind of just getting, I don't know how to explain. I'm just trying to get everything kind of like level, like to make it noticeable. Like I feel like some frequencies are just kind of like too low. The stuff you want to hear, you know, the part of, you know, the 7K, it sounded great. Like I said in another video, like I'll just boost and sweep till you like find that like awesome frequency that just like your ears love, and then back down on the on the volume, you know, bring it back down to like a acceptable level, because leaving up that high is just gonna fatigue your ears. It's not gonna sound good in the long run. So I'm just doing a few moves, you know. I kind of did some body. I only did like a dB. And I'll do some of the low cut, and then I'm gonna do some light compression. Like on my SSL, I'll do like super light. And then after the second EQ, I usually use Rcomp, so that's another Waves plugin.
Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it is hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign.
So you sound like you hear the vocals are just getting a bit tighter, because what can happen if you don't get that compression, different levels of compression to do their work, your vocals are not going to sit well within the beat. You're going to hear them, and then some frequencies are going to come up in the beat, and you're not going to hear it. It's going to dip back some. So this is going to stop it from doing that. This and good EQing, because those kind of go in tandem, especially with the presence, which is what I'm going to do next. But I'm going to do the gate, and then that's it in this plugin. We're just going to do gate. He has, like right here. It just helps us from going in and cutting out all these parts.
Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sack, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, eh? It's funny how so many counting me out. Got bag, eh? It's fun bag, eh? Bag, eh? It's funny how so.
And you also get a bit of the breath in there, which is what we want to keep. Because I know when I first started, I was just like cutting out all this stuff, and it's like you need the breaths in there. Another way to do it is find a breath and trim it. I'll show you.
Tags, now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, eh? It's funny how tag, eh? It's funny how.
So it's just a bit lower. This is good for if you have. It'll be in the verse. They kind of look like this. Like, I don't think this is a breath, but no, that is a breath. But they'll be louder, and what that will do is it's going to trigger your compressor. You can kind of get screwy with it. So you want to go in and clip those down some. And we put the SSL channel on. Then we're going to do a bit of presence. It's going to put a little bit of sparkle. And another thing I've said in other videos, like on here, you only have these frequencies that you can click through. When I first started, I hated this. I'm like, well, I want to go to 3.5K or whatever. And it's totally, like, those numbers don't mean as much as you would think. Especially with an EQ like this. And it kind of just gives you guidelines of where you're gonna hit, so it's good for like EQing when you're first starting out, because you're like, this is what I have to work with, which one of these sounds the best, and then just remember that number going forward. Okay, I really like 7K a lot. Let me see how it sounds on this guy's vocal.
Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag.
What the fuck happened here? Why did she get so loud? We'll fix it.
Hundreds on my mind, so hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sack, ain't no. So down bad, look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, eh? It's funny how so many counting me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me now. Was in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sack, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tag. tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jacks, show up with a foreign bag, hey. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now I was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. On my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look.
So this second one, Attenuate, which is doing subtractive EQing, but when you boost and attenuate on a Pultec, it does a cool little, it's like a dip right after, there's like a dip right after the boost. It almost sounds like you're kind of compressing it. Let me see if I can show I wanted to show you like the EQ curve. Anyway, take my word for it. Go look it up, Pultec EQ trick. And so I'm kind of like over boosting, then I'm bringing up the attenuation, and it's kind of taking a bit of the harshness back out. And then we're also going to fix some of the harshness with the de-esser.
It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, hey. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now I was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. It's on my mind, so I'm getting.
All right, after that, I go to my favorite free plugin, and that is Revival from Slate. This is totally free. Just getting this, I got this back when I was still kind of getting my skills up, and it just kind of helped. Just this alone kind of bumped me a bit in terms of my sound quality. Oh, that's cool. So this is your top end, and this is your body. So we kind of got our top end. I'm still gonna boost this. I got these headphones on, so things might sound a bit different, you know. But I'll probably try to bring in some body too.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, hey. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now I was in a drought, but I still stay.
Yeah, there's a lot of that low end. You know, why am I wearing these? I mute the microphone anyway. Let me take this off. All right. Let me just make sure this is fine.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, hey. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now I was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out.
All right. I've said in other videos before too, a lot of this stuff, I don't know. You might have a hard time hearing it just because you're not listening. Your ears just aren't tuned yet to listen for these small variations. But with time, if you just keep mixing, like fucking mix everything possible. You know, anything with a vocal, especially if you're trying to rap, shit, do whatever. Do rock. It's all going to help. Because, like, I started with rap, but it's like mixing rock vocals or mixing, like, I just did some R&B for the first time. There's differences, but a lot of this, like, the major difference for me is just compression. But other than that, everything else is kind of like the same. It's going to help you out.
It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag. Ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tag. So it's funny how so many counted me out. Got a red.
So this S chain is just, you're only hearing the frequency that the de-esser is looking at. So I kind of just found like the S, you know, so I just looped it, brought up the frequency till it was like starting to get harsh and be like, that's where I need to set it at, and then play with your threshold.
Bag, had to run up a sag. Ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm
Okay, now's the fun part, because I think this is an area where a lot of engineers, especially YouTube engineers, I'm sorry, not YouTube. They're engineers, but on YouTube. I don't want to like degrade them. They don't go into these steps. And I think they need to. I think this is what helped me a ton. Like I found out, I knew about this stuff, like I went to school for it, but going to school and actually doing this stuff is totally different. It's kind of like you have to relearn. But most of these parallel effects that I learned about was from watching videos on rock vocals. And so like I said, mix anything, because this stuff carries over. So what I'll do is I'll do a parallel compression first. I mean, we don't need on the main vocals. These main vocals are pretty much tight. You know what, fuck it, I'll do it just to show you guys. It's 514. Where are we at? P-comp. So I make it boost it, solo your P-comp. I use the 1176, but since we already used it, like I need to get out of that is using that guy twice. We will go where should we go? If anybody is watching, tell me where should we go. I mean, I could just do the R comp. Ratio. We're gonna crush it. So I'm just soloing, not that, because I just want to hear it where we want to get some of that distortion. And what the parallel compression is doing, it's going to make every word audible, more so than it already is. So, but listen for like the distortion, kind of like the thickness. And then after we get it, we'll feed it back into the main signal.
So down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags. Show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counting me out. Got a renter, but check Chris Breezy, look at me. Now was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags. Show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counting me out. Got a renter, but check Chris Breezy, look at me. Now was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out.
Then I put just a limiter on top of it, just to crush those peaks. And then I feed it back in.
Yeah. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags. Show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counting me out. Got a renter, but check Chris. Yeah. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags. Show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counting me out. Got a renter, but check Chris Breezy, look at me. Now was in a drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jag.
All right, let's go over another parallel that some people put this on their actual just chain. I don't like to do that because I like to have room open. But width. So newer engineers kind of overdo this. What am I looking at? What am I looking at? There we go. So they kind of go crazy with the trying to get a width. And they'll put it on the regular vocal chain, and they'll just put the doubler, and it just thins out the vocals. Don't do that. You're not going to get super wide vocals unless you have just a bunch of takes that you can stack on top of each other and pan out. So don't try it with a single vocal. It's not going to work. It's going to thin out your vocals. And, you know, you got to do it this way. Dual echo. Probably a 32 and a 16. I think. Was that on time? Yeah, like up to like 130 milliseconds, I think is pretty good. You might just use it like this and tweak it a bit, just so you get a bit going on the sides. Then I'm gonna lower it because, like I said, it sounds stupid. It sounds amateurish when you have like this, unless if you're doing it for like an actual effect. But if you're just trying to make your vocals a bit wider and you have the thing already, the thing cranked up all the way, it's not a good sound.
Yeah. Hundreds on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run.
There's other ways to do width. Like if I had to suggest getting 2 packs, 2 plug-in packs, one would be T-Rex and the other would be Sound Toys. Do the micro shift.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy.
So I was liking, I just can get my width a bit quicker with micro shift. So then on our delays, because this is kind of like a singy song, what I'll do is I'll do a slap, and this Echo Boy I believe had like a really good preset too. A slap delay, which is where is that? Huh. But it's like a super fast delay. Damn it. I hate it when it does this. It's a super fast delay. It's like, gives it kind of like 3D-ish effect. Gives it a bit more dimension in the room.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out.
So you could do some cool automation with it too. Like at the tail end, like bring it up more, like what I just did.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody to give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag, ayy. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran still trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jack.
Cool. It sounds like it's part of the beat now a bit. After that, I'll do another delay. I like to do my reverb last, so don't worry, we'll get there. Delay 2. This one we could get this. We might not need it. I forget what I did with this vocal before, but try to give it a bit more back and forth. H delay actually has I like with H delays this phase, and it kind of sets the delay behind the actual vocal. Like without it, you'll say something and then the repeat is exactly like the first vocal, right? If all this is turned off and whatnot, all these filters. But when you put the phase on, you'll say it, and then when it repeats it, it has this effect of being like behind. I don't know how to explain it. It's pretty cool. But I found out about it because I use Rapvox, which is really good for kind of like a little, gives it a bit more bounce, I guess. But I'm going to try to show you with the phase in and with the phase out just how different it is. Like, it's not as upfront, which is what you want with a delay most of the time, is something that's just kind of there in the back.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag.
Here it sounds like it's just gaining its own way, so it's cool. Echo Boy doesn't have this. You could do it with EQing, you know, but this is just kind of cool, you know. Throw that on, don't even have to mess with the levels, and it's kind of just on the back end.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pussy. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now.
And now there's nothing else, so we get to add the reverb. That's me trying to sing. And then after I get this main vocal set, I'm just kind of copy and pasting everything down and tweak it a little bit. With Reverb, another good Sound Toys, they came out with this maybe 7 months ago, 6 months ago, is Little Plate. This is an awesome plate reverb. It's a really good. So we're going to try that.
Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag. Hey, it's funny how so many counted me out. Got a red up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. I'm making this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was. Now I'm pushing for a jag, show with Oh man, he counted me out. Got a ran but check Chris Breezy. Look at me now. It's in the drop, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I make it this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. Honey's on my mind, so I'm getting to. Was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing for a day. Counting me out, got a ran but check Chris Breezy. Look at me now, it's in the drop, but I still stay 10 toes down. I'm making this far, still trying to figure it out. Yeah. It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jags, show up with a foreign bag. Ay. It's funny how so many counted me out. Got a ran up a check, Chris Breezy. Look at me now, was in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. I'm making this far, still trying to figure it out.
All right. So now I'm just bringing it all down. Just check the compressor, the initial compressor, get that set. And with these ad-libs, I usually EQ them a bit tighter. And we got this all the way cranked. Well, we don't have the speed all the way cranked up. What I like to do on the backing vocals, if it's like auto tune, is like crank that stuff all the way up. Just adds a different flavor.
But I still stay 10 toes down. I'm making this far, still trying to figure it out. I'm making this for hard work and dedication. Did it for my mama, sister, brother, my familiar. Now you think you know me, nah, you not familiar. Started from the bottom like I'm Drake without the grassy, I had to run up a bag, get up off the couch just so I can sit on some cash. I had some friends that was around me, now I'm watching my back. Hey, you can't knock me out my spot, this life here come with a tag. I pay pain and tears, I devoted my years. I opened up my mouth but with nobody open their ears. I was starving at night, ain't had no food on the table. So I visited the preacher, he said God is able. And I'm thankful for the words, now I do not look at prices. Go run up another one right there, that's where my mind at. Mindset, pray the Lord forgive me for my actions. In and out of houses, now I'm somewhere looking icy. Honey's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now, yeah. Honey's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sag, ain't nobody give me jag. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm touching foreign jag, show up with a foreign bag. It's funny how I'm so I'm making this for hard work and dedication. Did it for my mama, sister, brother, my familiar. Now you think you know me, nah, you not familiar. Started from the bottom like I'm Drake without the grassy. I had to run up a bag, get up off the couch just so I can sit on some cash. I had some friends that was around me, now I'm watching my back. And you can't knock me out my spot, this life here come with a tag. I pay pain and tears, I devoted my years. I opened up my mouth but with nobody open their ears. I was starving at night, ain't had no food on the table. So I visited the preacher, he said God is able. And I'm thankful for the words, now I do not look at prices. Go run up another one right there, that's where my mind at. Mindset, pray the Lord forgive me for my actions. houses, now I'm somewhere looking icy. 100 something red, I'm making this for hard work and dedication. Did it for my mama, sister, brother, my familia. Now you think you know me, nah, you not familiar. Started from the bottom like, yeah. 100's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sack, ain't nobody give me jack. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jack, show up with a foreign bag. Hey, it's funny how so many counted me out. Got no ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay for hard, yeah. My sister, brother, my familia. Now you think you know me, nah, you not familiar. Started from the bottom like I'm Drake without the gravity, I had to run up a bag, get up off the couch just so I can sit on some cash. I had some friends that was around me, now I'm watching my back. Hey, you can't knock me on my spot, this like it come with a tag. I pay pain and tears, I devoted my years. I opened up my mouth, but with nobody open their ears. I was starving that night, ain't had no food on the table. So I visited the preacher, he said God is able. And I'm thankful for the words, now I do not look at prices. Go run up another one right there, that's where my mind at. Mindset, pray the Lord forgive me for my actions. In and out of houses, now I'm somewhere. Sister, brother, my familia. Now you think you know me, nah, you not familiar. Started from the bottom like I'm Drake without the gravity, I had to run up a bag, get up off the couch just so I can sit on some cash. I had some friends that was around me, now I'm watching my back. Hey, you can't knock me on my spot, it's like they're going with a tag. I pay pain and tears, I devoted my years. I opened up my mouth, but with nobody open their ears. I was starving. Me for my actions, in and out of houses, now I'm somewhere looking icy. 100 something red, I'm making it out of houses, now I'm somewhere looking icy. 100 something my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sack, ain't nobody give me jack. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jack, show up with a foreign bag. Hey, it's funny how so many counted me out. Gotta ran up a check, Chris Breezy, look at me. Now it's in the drought, but I still stay 10 toes down. How I'm making this far, still trying to figure it out. Hey, hey, yeah, yeah. Whole lot of bags. I got bags, whole lot of bags. Hey, I got cash, whole lot of cash. Hey, I leave mad, yeah, I know they mad. Hey, I got bags. Get into a bag. That's why my car still trying to figure it out. Need a real bad. 100's on my mind, so I'm getting to it real bad. Yeah, whole lot of bags. I got bags, a whole lot of handle bags. I got cash, whole lot of cash. Are they mad? Yeah, I know they mad. I got bags.
And then what I did to this is I did delay throws. So I was cutting out these, put them on its own track, and I hit a delay. But we'll say screw that. I have a video talking about those, about delay throws. Actually, let me, we have time. So I'll show them. I'm just going to copy all this. I'm going to make a do delay, like quarter note or something. And throw these delays. I might be wrong. These Vox 2. Oh. Alright. It was these guys. Alright, sorry. We're just doing a real quick mix. There's a lot more EQing I would do if I wanted to. It's already been an hour and 15 minutes. And if you stuck around this long, I love you. Please subscribe, like, leave a comment, you know, of what videos you'd like to see in the future. Because, like, I understand. I know the videos that I was trying to look at when I was starting out. But you also kind of just, like, put it to the side. Like, oh, people know that. But it's like a lot of people don't know this stuff. That's fine. I think this was a good one. Let's see.
It's on my mind, so I'm getting to a bag. Had to run up a sack. Ain't nobody give me jack. I was down, so down bad. Look, my car ain't had no tags. Now I'm pushing foreign jack. Show her with a foreign. Ay, 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 ay. Counting me out. Chris Breezy, look at me now. 10 toes down. Still trying to figure it out. Getting to a bag. Sad. Jag. Bad. Pass. Throwing jacks. Going back. Hey. Calling me up. Chris Busy, look at me now. 10 toes down. Still trying to figure it out. I got bags. Yeah. Real bad. Real bad. Yeah. Whole lot of bags. I got bags, whole lot of bags. I got cash, whole lot of cash. Are they mad? Yeah, I know they mad. I got bags.
All right, people. That was it. I am glad you've came and watched, and I hope you've learned something. I hope you go to the website. Hit me up if you need any mixing, if this is too much or too much for you to take in and figure out. You know, let me do the mixing for you. I really love doing this stuff. And there's on the website, there's a message box at the bottom of every page. You can leave me a message. I will get back to you. You could email me. Emails on the screen, sidedoormedia.email@gmail.com. The website, just so you know, sidedoormediastudios.com. And just hit me up. Any questions? I just love helping people. I love to pass on the knowledge I've learned to people who are also learning, because I've learned a lot from YouTube and the web in general, and I want to repay it back. You know, it's given me the ability to make money off of this for once, and I'm grateful for that. Hopefully you all have learned something. I'm Jake. This was Sidedoor Media mixing session, Waves Tune Real Time. Peace.